How much are they paying you? My boss, Stephen Palmer, is standing in my office doorway. His face is red, his hands are shaking. I just handed him my 2-week notice. After 4 years at Titan Defense Systems, after leading a project that made $1.6 million in revenue, after spending 100 days away from my husband and kids, after getting a 3% raise, Stephen, I don't think that's... No, seriously, how much? Maybe we can match it. I lean back in my chair. Base salary is $140,000 plus overtime. The color drains from his face. That's more than I make. I know, but we just paid for you to travel all over learning new skills, FEA training, 3D modeling. Don't you have any loyalty? I think about the 10 out of 10 performance review, the team member who got promoted over me, the year I spent proving myself for nothing. Loyalty goes both ways, Stephen. I hand him my laptop. My last day is 2 weeks from today. Good luck with the Hamilton project. His face goes white because he knows that project is mine. I designed it. I understand it. And without me, it's gonna fall apart. Sophia, wait. I walk past him and out of the building. My name is Sophia Chen. I'm 34 years old. I'm a mechanical engineer, and I just quit my job for a 200% raise. Let me tell you how I got here. I started at Titan Defense Systems 4 years ago, fresh out of my master's program, mechanical engineering, MIT. I was 30 years old, married to my husband, Michael. We had 1 kid at the time, our daughter, Emma, who was 2. Starting salary, $68,000. It wasn't amazing for someone with a master's from MIT, but Michael was making good money as a nurse, and we were in Ohio, where cost of living was reasonable. I was excited. Titan was a major defense contractor. Missiles, radar systems, military aircraft components. Real work. Important work. Year 1 went well. I worked on guidance systems for air-to-air missiles. I put in long hours. I learned everything I could. My first annual review, 8 out of 10. My raise, 2%. $69,360 per year. An extra $1,360 before taxes. About $113 per month. This is standard for entry-level engineers, Stephen told me. Once you get promoted to mid-level, raises get better. How long until promotion? Usually 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years of 2 to 3% raises. Year 2, I worked harder, stayed late, came in on weekends, led a redesign of a targeting component that saved the company $200,000 in manufacturing costs. Review, 9 out of 10. Raise, 3%. $71,440. Better, but still barely keeping up with inflation. I got pregnant with our second child. Our son Lucas was born in March of year 3. 2 kids, 1 income, not keeping up with expenses. Michael's nursing salary was covering us, but I was supposed to be the primary earner. I needed to make more money. That's when Stephen approached me with an opportunity. Sophia, I have a proposal for you. Stephen called me into his office. He was 46, balding, and had been with Titan for 15 years. We're starting a new project, Project Phoenix, advanced targeting system for Air Force drones. It's a big contract, high visibility. I need a project engineer to lead it. My heart started racing. Project engineer? That's management track. Exactly. This would be your chance to prove you're ready for promotion. You'd manage a team, coordinate with vendors, handle the Air Force customer. It's a lot of responsibility. I can do it. If this project succeeds, we'll talk promotion.
senior engineer, better salary band. What's the timeline? Aggressive. 12 months from design to production unit. We need to move fast. I'm in. Good. You'll have a team of 4 engineers, 1 designer, and 2 project admins. Budget is tight. Expectations are high. Think you can handle it?
I went home that night and told Michael, "They're putting me on a management track project. If this goes well, I'll get promoted. Better salary." He hugged me. "That's great, honey. You've earned this." I should have asked for more money up front, but I believed Steven. I believed good work would be rewarded. Project Phoenix started in September. The goal? Design and manufacture a lightweight precision targeting system for drone platforms. It needed to integrate with existing military hardware, meet strict weight requirements, and cost less than competing systems. My team? Marcus Reeves, 41, senior engineer, 15 years at Titan. Kyle Patterson, 29, systems engineer, 3 years at Titan. Diana Foster, 26, electrical engineer, 2 years at Titan. Josh Martinez, 38, mechanical engineer, 5 years at Titan. Plus Sarah the designer and 2 admin staff. Marcus was not happy about reporting to me. "No offense, Chen, but I've been doing this since you were in college. Then I'll learn a lot from you." The first 3 months were brutal. 70-hour weeks. I learned project management through trial and error. I dealt with Air Force procurement officers who had impossible requirements. I negotiated with vendors who didn't want to meet our timeline. But we made progress. By month 6, we had a working prototype that exceeded performance specs. By month 9, we had 3 production units ready for field testing. That's when the travel started. Testing sites across the country. Nevada, Florida, Texas, Alaska. I was gone constantly, missing dinner with Emma and Lucas, missing bedtime stories, missing weekends. Michael was amazing about it. He said, "I know this is temporary. You're building something important." But I could see the strain. He was working full-time as a nurse and handling 2 kids alone most of the time.
I spent 100 days away from home that year. 100 days. Emma's 3rd birthday? I was in Nevada. Lucas's first steps? Michael sent me a video from Ohio while I was in Texas. Our anniversary? I was stuck in Florida dealing with a test malfunction. But the project was successful. Really successful. The Phoenix targeting system beat every competitor. The Air Force loved it. They ordered 16 additional units immediately. Total sales in year 1? $1.6 million. We also got Titan a patent on the targeting algorithm I personally developed. In March, we were nominated for the DoD Contractor Technical Team of the Year Award. We were finalists, one of 3 teams out of hundreds. They flew us to Washington, D.C. for the ceremony. Pentagon officials, defense secretary, big deal. We didn't win first place, but we were recognized. Photos with generals, handshakes with senators. Steven was ecstatic. "Sophia, this is incredible. You exceeded every expectation." Thank you. The team worked really hard. Your annual review is next month. I think you're going to be very pleased. I believed him. Again. My annual review came in May. Overall rating, 10 out of 10. Perfect score. I stared at the document in disbelief. I'd never seen a perfect review at Titan. "Sophia, you crushed it this year. Project Phoenix was a massive success. You led your team well, you handled a difficult customer, you made us money and got us recognition. Outstanding work." Thank you. Does this mean? Your raise this year is 3%. The excitement died instantly. 3%? Yes, that's above the standard 2% for your level. It's recognition of your excellent performance. I did the math. $71,440 to $73,583. A $2,143 raise. For a perfect review. For a $1.6 million project. For 100 days away from my family. For a patent. What about the promotion? I asked carefully. We'll revisit that next year. You're on the right track. Stephen, you said if the project succeeded, we'd talk promotion.
And we are talking about it. But promotion to senior engineer requires sustained performance, not just one good year. Sustained performance? I've been here 4 years, 3 excellent reviews. I understand your frustration, but the promotion process has requirements. Another year of strong performance, and we'll push for it. I walked out of that meeting feeling numb. The next day, I found out something worse. Kyle, one of my team members, got promoted to senior engineer. Kyle, who I managed, who worked under me on Phoenix. I found out from Marcus. Did you hear about Kyle? No, what? Got an early promotion. His manager pushed it through. Senior engineer now, 20% pay bump. My chest tightened. When? Last week. Kyle had a different direct manager, someone in a different department who handled his reviews. But he worked on my project, under my leadership, and he got promoted. I didn't. I went straight to Steven's office. Kyle got promoted? Steven looked uncomfortable. Yes. He was on my team. I led that project. Kyle's manager felt he was ready. That's not my decision. But my promotion is your decision, and you're saying no. I'm saying not yet. So Kyle, with less experience than me, working under me, gets promoted. But I don't? Steven sighed. Honestly, between you and me, I don't think Kyle deserved that promotion either. His manager is being generous, but I can't control what other managers do. But you can control my promotion, and you're refusing. I'm not refusing. I'm asking you to be patient. Keep performing at this level, and next year what? Another 3% raise? Another promise of maybe? Sophia, you need to trust the process. The process is broken if the guy I'm managing gets promoted before I do. I walked out. That night, I told Michael everything. That's ridiculous, he said. You left a $12 million project and got a 3% raise? While the guy working under you got a 20% raise and a promotion. What are you going to do? I don't know yet. But I did know. I was done killing myself for this company. The next Monday, I did something I'd never done before. I worked exactly 40 hours. Project needed me to stay late? Sorry, family commitment. Weekend travel for testing? Not available. Emergency vendor call at 7 p.m.? Email me during business hours. Stephen noticed immediately. Sophia, we need you in Nevada next week for... I can't. I have plans. This is important. So are my plans. His expression shifted. Surprise. Then annoyance. This isn't like you. The old me worked 70-hour weeks and got 3% raises. The new me works 40-hour weeks and gets 3% raises. Same money, better life. I started using every benefit Titan offered. Vacation days? Used all of them. 2 weeks with Michael and the kids. Sick days? All 10 per year. I'd never used them before. Every Friday, I took half a day off. Burned through my leave balance. My mental health improved immediately. I was home for dinner. I read bedtime stories to Emma and Lucas. I was present. Michael noticed. You seem happier. I am. I'm not sacrificing everything for a company that doesn't value it. But I also did something smart. Titan had a professional development budget, $5,000 per employee per year for training and education. Most people never used it because there were strings attached for degree programs. You had to stay with the company for 3 years or pay it back. But there was also a budget for technical training, software certifications. No strings attached. I scheduled a meeting with HR. I want to use the training budget for advanced FEA and 3D modeling. That's great. We love seeing employees invest in development. The courses were expensive. $2,000 each, multiple sessions across several states. Titan paid for everything. Travel, hotels, meals. Kyle heard about it and signed up too. His manager approved it immediately. We traveled to training centers in California, Michigan, and Colorado. Week-long intensive courses on advanced engineering software.
The instructors were excellent. The skills were immediately applicable. And I was building my resume. On company time, on company money. Kyle and I became good friends during the training. "This is way better than regular work," he said. "Agreed, and we're getting paid to learn skills that make us more marketable." What I didn't tell Kyle was that I wasn't learning these skills for Titan. I was learning them for my next job. The last training class ended in February. I updated my resume that night, added every new certification, every software package, every technical skill. Then I started applying. I wasn't looking for just any engineering job. I was looking specifically for positions requiring FEA expertise and advanced 3D modeling. Senior engineer, FEA specialist, aerospace. Lead engineer, advanced modeling, defense contractor. Principal engineer, simulation and design. Jobs that needed exactly what I now had. I applied to 15 positions in 3 weeks. I got callbacks from 9. Phone interviews with 7. In-person interviews with 4. 1 in California, 1 in Virginia, 1 in Texas, 1 in Colorado. I used vacation days for the interviews. Told Steven I was taking long weekends with family. The California company offered $95,000. Good offer. The Virginia company offered $108,000. Better. The Texas company offered $125,000 plus a signing bonus. But the Apex Aerospace Solutions offered something different. "We're offering a base salary of $140,000, the hiring manager said. Plus, this position qualifies for overtime. My current salary was $73,583. This was almost double. Overtime? I asked. Yes, senior engineers in production support get time and a half for hours over 40. Most people work about 50 hours per week. That adds another $25,000 to $30,000 annually. I did the math. $140,000 base plus $27,500 in overtime. $167,500 total. That's 228% of my current salary. More than double. Actually, more than triple my starting salary 4 years ago. "When can you start?" she asked. "I need to give 2 weeks' notice." "Perfect. We'll send the offer letter today." I sat in the parking lot after that call, shaking. This was real. That night, I told Michael, "They offered you how much?" $140,000 base, probably $167,000 with overtime. He started crying, happy tears. "Sophia, that's life-changing." "I know. You're taking it, right?" "Absolutely." Emma ran into the room. "Why is Daddy crying?" "Happy tears, sweetheart. Mommy got a new job. We're moving to Colorado. Colorado? They have mountains. Mountains? Toddled in behind her. I picked him up. Yeah, buddy, mountains and snow and a much better life. I drafted my resignation letter that weekend. Dear Stephen, I am writing to inform you of my resignation from Titan Defense Systems effective 2 weeks from today. My last day will be March 20th. Thank you for the opportunities I've had here. I've learned a great deal during my time at Titan. Sincerely, Sophia Chen. I printed it Monday morning. Walked into Stephen's office at 9 a.m. Sophia, what's up? I handed him the letter. I'm resigning. He read it. His face went from confused to shocked to angry in about 5 seconds. You're quitting? Yes. Why? I accepted a position with another company. What company? Apex Aerospace Solutions. That's a competitor. It's another defense contractor, yes. You can't just leave. You're in the middle of the Hamilton project. You're the lead engineer. I'm giving you 2 weeks. That's standard. Stephen stood up. Sophia, we just invested thousands in your training. FEA courses, 3D modeling. You learned all that on our dime. And I appreciate the professional development. The skills will serve me well. You're taking everything we taught you to a competitor?
Stephen, you didn't teach me to be an engineer. I came here with a master's from MIT. You just refused to compensate me appropriately for the engineer I already was. This is completely disloyal. You want to talk about loyalty? I spent 100 days away from my family last year. I led a $1.6 million project. I got you a patent. I got you DoD recognition. And you gave me a 3% raise while promoting my team member. That wasn't You had a choice. You could have fought for my promotion. You chose not to. That's not loyalty. That's just management. Stephen's voice changed, got desperate. Okay, let's talk about this. What's Apex paying you? Here it comes. $140,000 base, plus overtime. The color drained from his face. That's more than I make. I know. Long silence. Sophia, we can negotiate. What if I got you to $90,000, $95,000? Stephen, I'm not negotiating. I have an offer for $140,000 plus overtime. Why would I take $95,000? Because we gave you opportunities here. No, you gave me work, lots of work, but you didn't give me compensation or promotion or recognition. You gave those to Kyle. I can fast-track your promotion to senior engineer with what, a 20% bump? That would put me at $88,000. I'm being offered $140,000. The math doesn't work. Stephen sat down heavily. This is going to destroy the Hamilton project. Then you should have valued me before I became impossible to replace. We do value you. You value me at $73,583 per year plus 3% annual increases. Apex values me at $140,000. The numbers don't lie, Stephen. He had nothing to say. My resignation stands. I'll work the next 2 weeks to document my projects, but then I'm gone. I walked out. My last 2 weeks at Titan were satisfying in a weird way. Stephen avoided me. Other managers suddenly wanted to talk about why I was leaving. Word spread about my salary. Kyle came to my desk. Dude, you're making what at Apex? $140,000 base. Holy shit, I got a 20% raise to $75,000 and I thought that was good. It is good, but you should know what you're worth. Companies will pay if you have the skills. I should look around, shouldn't I? You should always know your market value. 3 other engineers put in their notice within 6 weeks of me leaving. Titan's HR department sent out a memo about competitive retention strategies. Too late. We moved to Colorado in April. I started at Apex on a Monday. They welcomed me like I was the most important hire of the year. My first project was worth $4.2 million, more than double what Phoenix had been. My manager was a woman named Dr. Sarah Martinez, MIT PhD, former NASA engineer. "We're excited to have you, Sophia. Your work at Titan was impressive." "Thank you." Here at Apex, we believe in compensating talent appropriately. You'll never have to wonder if you're valued. Your paycheck will tell you. I worked my 40 to 50 hours per week. No more, no less. My first year total compensation was $171,800. That's 233% of what I made at Titan. We bought a house in the mountains. A real house, with space for Emma and Lucas to play. An extra bedroom for when Michael's parents visit. I was home for dinner every night. I coached Emma's soccer team. I taught Lucas to ride a bike. Michael went back to school to get his nurse practitioner degree. We could afford it now. In October, Stephen called. "Sophia, how are you?" "Fine. What do you need?" "Well, the Hamilton project is behind schedule. Your replacement doesn't have your expertise. Would you be willing to consult? We could pay you maybe $60 per hour?" I smiled. My consulting rate is $250 per hour, 20-hour minimum. Silence. That's a lot. That's what expertise costs when you don't retain it full-time. We can't afford that. Then I guess you can't afford my help. Good luck, Stephen. I hung up. Kyle called me 2 months later. "Sophia, I got a job at Apex." "Seriously?" "Yeah, they offered me $115,000. That's a 53% raise from Titan." "Congratulations! You deserve it!" I'm telling everyone at Titan they should look around. Nobody realizes how underpaid we all are. Good. Last month, I heard Titan lost a major contract because they couldn't meet deadlines. The Hamilton project that I started, still not finished. They're hemorrhaging talent. 3 senior engineers have left in the past year. Stephen got demoted. He's back to being an individual contributor. Meanwhile, I'm thriving. $171,800 last year. On track for $180,000 this year with a raise and promotion to principal engineer. My kids are happy. Michael is happy. I'm happy. All because Titan refused to pay me what I was worth. So, I let them train me, and then I took those skills somewhere that valued them. My name is Sophia Chen. I'm 34 years old. I'm a senior mechanical engineer at Apex Aerospace Solutions. I make more than double what I made at my old job. I got here because the company thought 3% raises were sufficient for perfect performance. They were wrong. And by the time they realized it, I was already gone, taking my skills, my experience, and my $1.6 million project expertise to someone who actually understood my value. Stephen wanted loyalty? He should have earned it. He wanted me to stay? He should have paid me. He wanted expertise? He should have retained it. Instead, he gave me 3% raises and empty promises. And I gave him exactly what he deserved, my notice.